Well, hi there. Washington bureaucrats are sweating buckets in anticipation of the Trump administration, which reportedly plans to cut funding to a variety of programs in the Departments of Energy, State, Justice, and Commerce. Now, in adding to privatizing the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and axing the National Endowment for the Arts, there are a lot more changes coming. But Jonathan Hoenig says that Donald Trump is ignoring the elephant in the room, and he should just shoot it. Here now. It's Jonathan Hoenig, founding member of the capitalist pig hedge fund and a Fox News contributor. Welcome back, Jonathan.
Milady,
yes,
great to be with you. Thank you. I'm not a hater. I mean, you make it sound like I'm not a hater. I'm not. I'm hanging on to hope here, Kennedy. If Donald, do it. I mean, he's talking about making these drastic, huge cuts in government, eliminating entire departments. I mean, if it was just commerce, Dianu, that would be enough. But it's commerce, it's transportation, PBS. He could really transform America for the better if he follows through on these promises of cuts.
All right, so if you're talking about making drastic changes and actually making a dent in the deficit, what does he really have to cut?
Well, he's got to, touch that third rail. He's got to touch the entitlement state. And that's what makes me a little bit nervous here, Kennedy, is that Donald Trump has promised to continue the entitlement state, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. And that's the real bulk of the deficit. He's also, of course, talked about health care for all, and not to mention the cost of building a wall. So there's a lot of ifs here. But if Donald Trump can actually cut the size of government, even a bad president can do great things. Jimmy Carter deregulated trucking, deregulated stock commissions, airfares. That did a lot of good for the country. So if even Donald Trump can eliminate one department, my God, the GOP is finally in charge. Do it.
No, I agree. And when I look at some of these cuts, I know people will be outraged that he's proposing cutting the national endowments for the arts, National Endowment for the Humanities. The function of government is not to fund these things. It's not to fund the UN IPCC. That's not what government is here for. It's too broad. It's too intrusive. And, I want to know what you think about privatizing Social Security. This is an issue that I spoke about a lot in 2000 when it was in fashion, but no one wants to cut entitlement spending. Not Republicans, not Democrats. There's no one on Capitol Hill, no one in this administration. So they're addicted to the spending.
Isn't that frustrating, Kennedy? I mean, for as much as of the guff people give President Bush, at least he had the gumption to float a policy for privatizing Social Security. And I fear, we've gone in just the other direction. We used to say that if you're smart enough to make the money, you're smart enough to take care of it. I fear a lot of Americans don't believe that anymore because, as you said, that's off the table completely. But we're ideally moving in the right direction here, just towards more freedom, towards more individual rights. And our government, as you said, taking care of us, negotiating deals on our behalf. The president's not the CEO. His job's to protect the Constitution, not live our lives on our behalf.
All right. Well, speaking of being on the dawn of the new administration, there's a brand new Fox poll that shows 25% of respondents want economy and jobs to be the top priority. Health care and uniting the country only by half. I mean, if you combine those two, it still doesn't meet the percentage of people who say that he needs to do what he can to fix the economy. Can an incoming president do what people want him to do?
Well, the economy, Kennedy, I think people are confusing, the cause and effect, the means and the ends. The effect is a great economy, is a prosperous society, and the cause of that is freedom. And as you said, the president's job isn't to create jobs, save the environment, to protect and defend the Constitution. If President Trump can do that, this country is going to soar.
All right, Jonathan Hoenig, thank you so much. We'll see what happens after he's sworn in. I always appreciate your time.